Hey, so I've started my post-World Open War analysis of what happened, both for myself, for the team, and also for the different lists that you guys brought. So today I'm going to talk about the winners Spain won. Yeah. Ooh, I wish someone else had done it, but they are good. The Spanish are really good. And they're lovely people as well. I just wish they wouldn't win all their tournaments. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the lists and we're going to talk in detail about what it is that each list does. So let me bring you to, here we go. And you should be able to see, right, you can. So I'm going to start over here with their German list. This German list was run by Achilles, of course. I had correctly predicted that. It is a very Achilles list. And what is so special about it is that it has many different tools in the box. Achilles likes playing toolbox lists. So he has a regular lieutenant with 5 men. 3 of them has SMGs. He has a Feldjäger squad, 6 man, 4 SMGs, 1 Panzerfaust. Again, so he has a rifle or 2 in there. That gives him a little bit of range and gives him flexibility of his units here. The lieutenant, 5-man lieutenant, also makes it into an infantry squad, basically, right? It is the flexibility that he likes. It means that he is tactically flexible and he has multiple different tools. Both of these units can push up and be dangerous up close and personal with all the SMGs. One of them, with a Panzerfaust, is dangerous to vehicles. But they're not perfect in one field only. They're a little bit of different things, right? Yeah. So that's one thing. Then he has the Feldgendarmerie 4-man. Makes them very, very cheap. And they're there so that he can bring in his reserves from outflank. He has green Fallschirmjägers as well. 5-man, 1 SMG. Again, I'm guessing that he's hoping that they will upgrade. But they're not like... They're a backline holder unit. They can sit in your own backline. They can't do much. He has a Hanomag that he can put in his officer and another unit, which I'm guessing is what he does, so that he has a double bomb. He can push the Hanomag up, potentially from outflank, because he's got the Feldgendarmerie, right? And then just push out 2 units, one of them with a Panzerfaust, the other being a lieutenant. Lots of shooting going on, it's lovely. This Lorraine Slepper here, not Lorraine Slepper, the Slepper, is just there to be transport. So 363 points. Then he brings another rifle platoon, lieutenant, 2 pistols. So this is a 2-man unit with double pistols. And this is one thing where I'm not sure I get it. Because if you're buying a lieutenant inexperienced, why not just go the cheapest possible one? Why buy the extra dude for him? Potentially it's so that he can put him on the table, because in the tournament this is 4, there was a lot of preparatory bombardment. So if you have an extra man, the lieutenant can't really be instantly killed by the preparatory bombardment. You can put him on the table, which again gives him that option. Spartruppen, 4-man, SMGs, veterans, very, very good, and they're already up there. They're competing with those Soviet scouts, right? And a Straf Battalion Penal Squad, 7-man with a Panzerfaust. Again, this is something that I see from him sometimes, where he will give weapons to units where they don't really belong to, because what you have to do with such a Straf Battalion is you can't move and then shoot. You're inexperienced, you've moved, you're only hitting on 6, right? But if you run up and wait 1 turn and get the first dice, your squad is now in point blank of that target. So this is a gamble, but he gives himself the option of being able to do that. And the 7-man penal squad, I've seen him outflank with these guys. Also with the Panzerfaust, by the way. And then he has the vehicles, which is what he wants the Feldgendarmerie to be able to direct towards the board. He has the SDKF set 251/3, which I believe has some sort of gun. I can't remember what it is. It's a command vehicle, so maybe it's just a machine gun. Double looks. The Panzer looks are so good. To anyone saying that they're not good, don't believe a word that they say. They are the best. A Panzer 17R, which is just a machine gun nest, 35 points. You're sitting there, you're just plinking out shots. I mean, pretty good. And then an artillery platoon with double flak cannon. So here we have direct fire, and you have indirect fire with a Nebelwerfer. You have 3 pieces of direct fire. You have 2 flags, which have the AA guns, and then you have a Pak 36, which is that a light or a medium AT? I can't remember. I mean, it's a lot of direct fire, and you can have these on ambush, cut the table up into manageable sections, and then decide where you want to fight. The Nebelwerfer will at the same time make sure that the opponent won't want to clump up. And then that's how it works. He has so many different tools. He has bombardment, he has direct fire, he has flankers with these Panzer. He has a push unit that can throw up the bomb, the Hanomag bomb. He has a bit of backline holding. It is not, however, massively survivable, this list, right? That's one of the few gripes I have, because if I played this, I would lose. If I played with this list, I would lose. It's not very survivable. It takes a certain kind of person to be able to run this and win consistently, and Achilles did that. So that is their German list. Then they had the Italian one, which I believe was Ajano who ran the Italians, I think it was. So we have a platoon commander with 3 men, 3 SMGs, again, making sure the platoon commander can do something. Quite the opposite philosophy of what I run. I often use the cheapest one I can get. We have Pertuchichis. Why? But because they have access to the Panzerfaust. And they're 2 different units, completely different. I am not sure what the logic behind this is, but look, the 6-man unit has 3 SMGs and 1 Panzerfaust. The 5-man unit has 4 SMGs and 2 Panzerfausts. Why? I have no idea. Why this distribution? I don't know. Both of these are obviously going in Auto Predators with an officer each, right? So we have the platoon commander here, 3 SMGs. We have the company commander here, 3 SMGs. They're going in that, right? And depending on how much room you have in the Auto Predator, you could also put in the AT rifle. So you have different options here. Then he has a couple of backline holders. One of them veteran, 5-man Pertuchichi with an LMG, and a regular infantry squad. These are going to stay in his backlines for most of the game. And then he brings a Semovente that has a hole-mounted gun of some sort, right? The AB-41, that is a darker tank. The L3s are light armored cars, and another AB-41. So he has redundancy here. He has 5 vehicles. They do a little bit different things, right? The Semovente is more of a tank hunter. The others are darker tanks / armored cars. They do different stuff. The darker tanks for the Axis powers are still really good, but the Allies, of course, have gone away with the death of the Stuart. This, I think, is also a very classic list. It has that ability to throw double units up if you want to. So it's a classic mechanized list from the Italians here, with a couple of units that can stay in the back line. Company commander, I think, is what makes this mechanized list work. Then we can go and watch their American list. I am not sure, don't believe that this list was actually used, but I may be wrong. So platoon commander, 1 man, inexperienced, that is a dirt cheap one. Double glider squads with BARs, ranger squad, 6 man, double SMGs, BAR. Yeah, these are skirmish units. Double light mortar, white scout car to transport some of this. Another platoon commander, another glider squad, BAR. The infiltration teams. No, they're not infiltration, INR teams. Right, 6 man and 4 man. I don't get it. And then 3 times stewards, 2 times M13, which is the half tracks. So this is a list that really pushes into the armor section here. That's where the points are spent. Most of this is just going to sit back. I mean, the Rangers can get in the white scout car, but they can't give the white scout car. So he has a little bit of options here. This is a list that sits back, shoots you, or pushes, but most of this is just backline holders that are not meant to move up. And then the Soviet list. This was played by Carlos. He always plays their Soviets. We have a platoon commander with an SMG. We have double naval platoons here with LMGs, so they're extra sized. They have a couple of extra men. These are good backline holders. They have staying power. Then tank riders, 5 man with body armor, also staying power, and also quite dangerous with 5 SMGs. Double light mortars, because you need that indirect fire somewhere. Tank hunters, 4 men, 1 Panzerfaust, 4 SMGs. These are going to be the new hotness from the new Soviet book. Everyone is going to take these. The ability to have a Panzerfaust up near where the enemy has just placed their tank is just God mode. An M38 half track for the tank riders. You can actually put 2 units in that if you wanted to. Double scouts, so that means he has 3 forward deployers. Again, an officer here. Again, a tank hunter, that's the 4th forward deployer. And this setup with 2 rifle platoons, 2 scouts, 2 tank hunters, I think that is going to be standard. So this is the new Soviet book. This is what most of the new lists, I think, will look like. And then no vehicles, and then a gun line, right? Double light AT gun, double 61K models, and a horse-drawn limber. I mean, the madness of having infiltration when you know you're going to gunline. But on the other hand, this is a mental game he's playing. He'll put down his guns so that you will move to a different location, not where the guns are. Then he'll infiltrate straight on your location with his 4 units, and then he will pounce on you, taking away whatever is needed. If he needs to take out a tank, he has double Panzerfaust ready to go. If he needs to take out infantry or artillery, he has so many SMGs ready to go on his scouts. And at the same time, he has a white scout car that can push up some body armored tank riders, right? Or, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's pushing up the tank riders in that armored car. He can even let them be joined by this platoon commander with an SMG. Perfect. And I mean, to even think this thought that, because, he can't shoot through his own units, right? So he's going to have to mentally push you away from an area in order to counter deploy with those. It is brilliant. Hate to say it, but it is brilliant. Right. And that is it. That is it from Spain. These are the lists that won yet another world championship. And And they didn't even bring, like most other teams, they brought a single list that was a kill point list. But if we're looking at what they did with the dice counts, you can see here the Soviet one had 18 dice, the American one 16 dice, the Italian one 16 dice, and the German one 18 dice. They are bang on for the meta dice of 1100 points, right in the Goldilocks zone, all of them. They did not care. They didn't build a single list that played kill points. A lot of other teams did. These guys did not. They wanted lists that they all knew, were all comfortable with, and could absolutely play, because it was the standard list that they played. That's what they did. That's why they win. That is why they are the champions, and also why my team lost. Right, I'll go over the other top 3 lists in the next couple of videos. I'll also do an interview with Russell about what happened, and I think I'll do another post-analysis with Ali as well, because he and I had a thing about his Arab servers going on. So that was it from me today. I'll see you next time. Cheers.